supporters, doubters? Did you have a lot of
Um,
people, doubting your decision, especially with kids and things like that?
Probably. When you have a kid so young, you all automatically have people who are, "You're gonna fail, you're gonna not succeed." I mean, I literally had a teacher tell me that, "You're gonna ruin your entire life," and I was like, "Okay,
Mm,
thanks." Um, there you go, Miss Atkins, take that.
there you go. I like the call out. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, yeah, she didn't
Carry,
talk
hey,
to me for the whole
hey,
rest of the
carry
year.
the
Yeah.
yeah, carry the chip on your shoulder. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, so no, I mean, they probably did. I probably had people that were like, "You're crazy." I am a little bit, a lot probably, but,
Yeah.
um, I don't care.
So when you got in and licensed, did you have instant success on the real estate side, or was there some struggles that first year? Because a lot of people in 2011. I mean, we're still kind of feeling it coming out of 08, 09, 2010. We're still dealing with a lot of foreclosures, a lot of short sales, bankruptcies, all of those things. Um, did building your appraisal business translate and help you that first year of the real estate side?
You mean, like, by having clients and things?
Yeah, just coming out of the gate with, clients. Like, what did you focus on to go out and build the business? I mean, some people come out and they're like, "Hey, it took me, 7 months to get my first deal," and some people it's like, "I had four in my first 2 months," So
Yeah. Um, no, so I started from scratch. I didn't have friends or contacts. I was very, very isolated, with just my kids for a long time. So no, I mean, my appraisal, the only thing that really kind of helped me with from that side was because I knew I could price a house within 2,500 of what it was going to sell for, just because I had done so many, and I could look at a house from the outside and tell you what the floor plan was.
yeah,
So, that helped, but the having clients, no. It took me about 3 months to really get a deal. The first one was like $12,000. It wasn't, anything, but it was a cash deal. Um, it took a little bit of time. There was still a lot of short sales and things like you said, but, it was just every day getting up. I'm not a no person. Like, it's okay if everyone else is struggling, whatever, I don't care what you're doing, I'm gonna do this, and then I'll pull you along if I can, like, I wanna help you if I can, but, it was like blinders, like, Today's the work, this is what you do." I started again, the phone book, I got out the phone book, I actually stole it off the neighbor's porch because we didn't have one, and, started calling investor companies out of the phone book and asking them if they had rental properties they wanted to sell. Um,
wow,
yeah. So, I got 2, I think 2 or 3 of those, and one just dragged me around, and I looked at probably 75 houses with him, and I'm sure he bought 8 of them. Not with me though, you know?
yeah.
But, I learned very quickly, you know, how to talk with investors and how to, what to say and what not to say and how to protect yourself, and, um, yeah, I mean, it was good. You just hustle, you
So
just go.
what made you yeah, what made you go that route as far as, being very intentional with investors? Was it just like, hey, here's the list from the phone book, or did you really have an interest on the investment side of real estate? Obviously with the appraisal background, right? Pricing the home and understanding, after repair values and all those things definitely probably helped you for sure. But was there more like when I got in because of I wanted to learn the investment side of real estate.
Right.
In order for me to learn investments, I thought I had to get my license to really learn real estate in general.
Mhm.
I just happened to stick with sales, and stay in this career. Um, did you have more of a passion for the investment side, or was it just here's that opportunity in front of me and I have to go and try it?
Kind of 50-50. So I had bought my first house at like shortly after I got my license. I found a house that was in foreclosure, paid $10,000 for it, renovated it, loved that. And then I did two more on the same street. So I knew it. So it was like a no-brainer, like just call these people and I'm not afraid to go in houses. Obviously, I've been doing it since I was 8, vacant houses, like, I'm not scared. Um, so I know how to take boards down. Like, uh,
Yeah.
so there was a little bit of that. It was like, I don't know where to get clients from. I don't know who to talk to. So I'm going to start here. And I believe that action brings action. So anything that you do towards the goal of what you're trying to do, somehow something's going to come to you. I feel like it's like the law of the
Hmm.
you have to do something. I can't sit here and just say, "Well, I hope someone calls me today about listing real estate," or call my mom and say, "Hey, do you know anybody?" Because she's going to be like, "Sure, call, your grandma." Like, okay, thanks, mom.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, but I mean, I feel like as agents, we're always interested in some type of investment anyway, just because we're like we can. I see it
Right.
for everybody, I can, but
Right. No, I love it. I mean, I love the action brings action. And that's why, like, I love having, you know, agents on here because there's so many different ways that people get started into this business. I mean, you literally went old school of picking up a phone book and started dialing for dollars.
yeah,
For me, it was internet leads. That's how I cut my teeth, and then it was focusing really on foreclosures. We had my team leader, my mentor, had a um, foreclosure list that we were selling off a portfolio. So
wow.
focused on that. Focused on attracting the buyer investors to that side of things.
Mhm.
Angel, I want to kind of lead me up through you know 2011, 2012, 2013. Kind of how did your career progress?
Mhm.
What were some of the things you were thinking about or tweaking within the business to keep growing it?
So, at that time when I got first got in the business, Facebook was brand new, um, and everyone was saying, "Don't put your business on Facebook,"
Yeah.
"Don't put your kids out there, don't do this and that," and I'm like, "Okay, well, my mom always told me to do the opposite of what everybody tells you, because that's how you're gonna do things." And then, like to your point, old school and whatever new is coming, put those 2 together. So I did both. So I went through and I took, um, everybody that I knew from high school, I just added them as friends. Everybody that I knew from church, I added as friends.
Yeah.
I just started growing that, and I love my kids, and I love sharing info about my kids and what they're doing, and I included them in my business every day. So if we were going to go put out signs, there was a picture of me putting out signs with my kids, and, if I was dropping off Christmas hats to my clients, or I didn't have clients at the time, but this was later on, but they were with me. There's pictures of me in the house, trying to cook rice and, answer, I've got like lead sheets right here trying to
Yeah.
and so just putting a lot of that out there, talking to people, responding, doing the opposite of what everyone was doing. I mean, my personal page was my business page.
Yeah.
Obviously social media has changed so much very quickly.
I was
Um,
just gonna say it's not even close to what it was, in 2011, 2012, and that's so crazy to think about it. It's 10 years ago, but it was completely different. You're right. Like back then, it was like 70% personal, 30% business. And like
yeah,
now it's just throw it all up there.
right. Yeah, literally throw it all up there. But, that helps me.